Alright, hell yeah. So we're going to chop down this Carlisle paddle, and we're going to use an angle grinder. So we kind of grind off and cut around the plastic. Once we expose the plastic, we can see the rivets. Now this one's got 3 rivets, so I'm just going to drill off the end. And then I've done this twice. I actually took a broken paddle and kind of just experimented. I didn't know what was underneath the metal. And so what I do is I do a long cut. So once I get that off, I'm going to do this cut right here. And now it does cut into the plastic a little bit, but I'm going to try to not cut into the plastic as much as possible, just because I'm going to probably cut this paddle down a little bit more. I'm going to do like an inch at a time. So we're chopping it down to 57 inches. And so, hell yeah. So I was able to cut it in a way, but you can just kind of cut all the way through the metal just in one line, no big deal. Even if I don't think the plastic's gonna break or anything like that. Hell yeah, pry that off, and then we're ready to chop down our paddle. But it kind of took a little while to get that off there, it was kind of stuck. Hell yeah. Alright, so we do have a little bit of a line in there, but plenty of plastic to work with. And hell yeah, and that thing sticks in like a cork too, so I was happy about that. And then we chop the paddle down to length. So that T-grip is 3 inches, and then I measured to that line, and so the total paddle length is going to be 57. I'm really interested in going down to even like a 54, but might as well do 1-inch increments and just do this process on repeat. Hell yeah. And it was so tough to get in that I kind of had to pound it in. So that was pretty sweet too, because if it's a tight fit, then I don't need too much to hold its position in there. Hell yeah. So we just hammer this home. And the way I cut it and kind of cleaned it up, I left a little bit of burr on the inside. So that's probably just shaving its way down in there. So, but hell yeah, and we were able to clean that up with an X-Acto knife. And it almost seems like you could just paddle it like this, but I was able to, with some strength, get it going. And it doesn't matter, but yeah, I'm glad it's not too loose, because I'm just going to throw a bolt in here. And then the bolt that I found is just a flush head. It's kind of like it's like a flat head with a rounded head, but it sits flat. And then, so what we're doing is we're sizing the bolt so it's going to be able to screw in, and the threads of the bolt will capture the plastic. Now I'm only drilling a hole that goes like partially through the plastic. And so I had to switch bits because I needed that hole to be a little bit oversized for the metal. So I cut through just the metal, so then the screw threads aren't going to get mangled. But then the main parts of those threads can actually bite into the plastic. So hell yeah, once I get that flush, I'm satisfied. You know what I mean? We'll see if that's good enough. But now I just have one little bolt, and we made a 57-inch paddle. Booyah!